Good evening and welcome to A World Awakening. Normally, when we begin the show, you see a nice picture of Tony Rathman, my producer, my friend, oh my God, he is. He's like a god. He's a techno god anyway. And he normally produces the show, but the man behind the curtain tonight is the manager of KGRA, Bill Forte, who is also a good friend of mine and a lovely, lovely human being. I don't know if he's going to jump on at some point during the night or if he's just going to monitor things and put up questions. But, oh, there he is. There he is. And there's Tiffany. And our guest tonight is Tiffany Rice because what? Tony abandoned me. Tony abandoned me. And no, he did. He got all in with all of our friends and they all flew to Vegas. And I keep getting one call after another. We're having a blast. Why aren't you here? You know, I get like some bizarre message from Zaffis and then my friend Erin called, and then of course Maria and Bill and I'm sorry, Maria and Bob and the whole crew, and she's just bebopping all over this Paracon out in Vegas, and I'm like, I do not do Vegas. No. You know, this is my time of year to stay home, you know, play online with my friends, do a World Awakening, spend time with my family, Christmas shop. So tonight I have my lovely Bill and my guest, Tiffany Rice, who I could not be more thrilled to welcome to the show for the first time. And for those of you out there that, I don't know, must have been sleeping under a rock or a bridge or something, who don't know who she is, Tiffany is a very well-known psychic medium. She's also a Reiki master, and actually possesses many talents and abilities and what I consider to be great gifts. So, Tiffany, why don't you, for those who might not know who you are yet, but who are going to want to be in touch with you after the show, please do your thing and introduce yourself to our worldwide audience.
Have a great show, ladies.
Thank you. Love you, Bill.
Well, hi, guys. My name is Tiffany Rice, and I want to thank you first, Andrea, for having me on. I was going through pictures, and you were like, Tiff, I need a picture of us. And I said, it's a no-brainer. So I was going back. I think I met you 2012 was the first time I met you, either 2012 or 2013. And
feels like light years. Yeah.
Yes, we were at the Pain House.
Yep.
So it was back in the day buffet. But for all of you guys that don't know who I am, which I totally get why, I am a spirit medium. So if you don't know what a spirit medium is, I'm someone who communicates with people that have past loved ones, friends, family, pets come through too. Andrea had mentioned I'm a Reiki master, so I'm also a Reiki master teacher. But primarily whenever anybody wants to connect to me, it's always for the mediumship. And of course, I offer intuitive guidance. I do a lot with helping you find your own personal clarity. And I do a bunch of workshops and all of that good stuff. And the reason why I think, Andrea, you and I get along so well is because we are so much on a similar path. It's just like parallel lives. And it's something where we always want to see the best in everyone. And it's as a collective, we bring in all that good energy, and the people naturally that are meant to be in our world gravitate naturally and organically towards us as we gravitate towards them. And that's how you have a world awakening.
It is. It absolutely is. And why you're on it. You know, and you had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we just recently reconnected at the Ocean State Paracon, which was actually held in Massachusetts this year.
Yes.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. It's still the Ocean State. But well, we had the Ocean State and the Bay State. But hey, you know, they share a border for I don't know how many miles. So what's the big deal?
They're both so tiny. It's okay to mix them.
I know it really is. It really is. It's like jelly beans in a jar. So we were very fortunate to be placed side by side, which was really fun and good exercise for me because every time I needed to leave the table, I had to step over your open suitcase.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I was like, wow, I can't believe I've still got this kind of, a couple of feet at least between steps. It was great. I laughed every time.
I know. Well, back in the day when we used to do Ocean State Paracon, I would have a huge amount of apparel because I have an apparel line with my trademark, which is We Are Never Truly Alone. And everybody loved it. And now as, time moves on, I'm not necessarily getting out of the apparel line, but I'm also creating more things. So that big suitcase is now a little suitcase, but it's still a suitcase where you had to step over. So I'm sorry.
No, it was no problem. It was one of the most lighthearted moments of the weekend, because sometimes we get into conversations with people that, yes, it's all light and love, but it can also be very dense, and it can be, sometimes they talk to us about things. Well, people share things with us that they might not even share with their own family members, so the conversations can get really intense sometimes, and the energy is just swirling, and it's thick, the air is thick, and so sometimes when it was time to just go, you know what I mean, just
I know 100%.
shed
Yeah.
a little bit of that energy, I would just take a giant step across Tiff's suitcase, plop my ass back down in my chair, take a few deep breaths, look over at you, wink, laugh, and all was well. All was
exactly. Well, a lot of times, especially when we are out at an event like that, everybody's affected by grief in some way.
Yes.
And grief is hard, and we're all at different stages of grief. So whether you're angry, sad, you're feeling that survivor's guilt, we have all different stages. And a lot of times, like myself and like you, I feel people feel comfortable talking to us about it because that's our wheelhouse. This is what we know. And they also feel very comfortable because the majority of them are empaths.
Yes.
So being an empath,
they are, whether they know it or not.
Exactly.
Well, I gotta let Peanut in. Hold on, just
yeah.
Come on, Peanut. Come on. Oh my God. Let us not miss a world. Sorry about the boob shot. I'm really sorry. I know I just put that right in your face.
It's a Friday night, Annie. It's a Friday night. We're all good.
Okay,
I'll put the red lipstick on for you,
it's good. I know. Me too. I did it. Come here. Come on, get up here. All right. No, just hold that thought. Hold that grief thought for a second. Behold the peanut butter cup. It's my baby.
I absolutely love him.
I love this baby. It's my whole world. Okay. All right, there we go.
That makes me so happy because I have my dog already started barking earlier, but I have two more, so I'm sure they're going to want to make their appearance too. So.
Absolutely. Welcome. This is is this a fur baby friendly show? I can't even tell you.
Good. I think when people want to open up and they realize that they are an empath and they start feeling these connections, like being in a house that has activity, you may feel it and not realize it. You might just think it's you, or you might have a medical issue, but then when they start talking to us, they realize, wow, it's really spirit trying to connect. So it can be perceived very heavy. So we play this role because it's our wheelhouse. It's something that you and I feel very comfortable with. It's something that we enjoy talking to people. But sometimes it's also good to, as you say, step over that suitcase and allow yourself the healthy boundaries to just kind of decompress because that energy can be so heavy and thick.
Yeah. And it's not even, it's heavy. It's not oppressive. I would never, ever want to give anyone the impression that it's not okay to come to me with their pain. I'm here to help them with their pain. That's
100%.
why I'm on the planet, and so I would never want them to feel like they have to come up to me and pretend that everything's okay if it's not.
Right.
I want them to feel free and to be open to express themselves in any way that they can, to know that I am trustworthy. I'm not going to run around and talk about their particular situation with anyone else, that I'm safe.
It's a vault. We're vaults, right? That's what I like to call us. We're vaults.
Yeah. And so, and it's not even that I hang on to the energy. I know. Oh God, right up the nose. Because I don't hang on to it, but sometimes I need just a couple of minutes to clear, just to clear it, because I guess the best way to say it, and I know you will understand, I feel it with them.
Yes.
I feel it for them, and I feel it with them. And I am a conduit for the release of their pain. I very often have people cry in my arms. It happens very frequently. And I just lean into their ear and say, just give me your pain. Just give it to me as though you're giving me a gift. And I know you've had the same experience where after we've had a few minutes together, they'll say, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better.
Right.
And that's the gift right there, is giving them an outlet. Literally that word applies, because it comes up, it goes out.
Exactly. And we as humans, sometimes you and I get caught up in that healing aspect and being the sponge to help, and let me help you process, let me help listen, like even by us just listening. And then we also have to set up that moment for ourselves to, just like you said, recharge. Yeah, take a deep breath and recharge, and remind ourselves that we're human too, living this human experience.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And as I so frequently say, I perceive Earth to be soul school.
I love that term. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in soul school, the test always precedes the lesson. Mm-hmm. My regular viewers have heard me say it time and again, but it bears repeating. The test precedes the lesson. So there's nothing fair about it. Even if you're sitting at the front of the class and keeping copious notes with your hand in the air, pick me, I know the answer. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not until you've had the experience and have had to process that experience and then learn the lesson from the experience. So there's nothing easy about it. Nothing. No. And there's nothing fair about it. Absolutely nothing fair about it.
Not at all. And it affects every single one of us.
Yes. Yep. And I find that, and I want your opinion about this too, because I find people that sometimes approach me, and you can feel when they're holding so much in and they're really closed down, and there's something, a quality that you and I share, which is our ability to disarm people. They don't know quite what to make of us. They feel like they trust us. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly the floodgates open, and they're telling us things that they may have never shared with anyone else, not anyone else. And I don't think of that as a burden. I think of that as the highest conceivable compliment. And so
100%.
Yeah. And
100%.
just try to listen and just listen and hear them out, and let them grieve, let them process, let them express, let them, the people that come to us that are so withdrawn, so withheld, so afraid, That's the root of it, don't you think, Tiff? Fear.
Fear creates the anxiety, even the anxiety of judgment, the anxiety of feeling. I just wrote something about feeling is healing. Our body craves us to have those feelings. And sometimes those feelings can be so difficult and scary because they're not comfortable feelings. So we repress them.
Yes.
And we end up holding on to them. They hopefully do leak out in some way, but ultimately our body is craving for us to process, to feel. So feeling is healing. But
emotion is healthy.
Yes.
Expressing emotion is healthy.
Yes.
Even anger. Even anger. I mean, God knows I have my moments. Usually I'm just throwing things at the TV when it happens, I got the news on. It's like, oh, hell no. Oh, no. And stuff's, my father's like, oh, please don't break the really nice TV, Annie. But yeah, I mean, we all have our moments, and it's healthy, and it burns. I mean, I use my anger for jet fuel, and people who say, oh, you shouldn't express that. That's not you. Well, hell yes, it is. Oh,
and
yes,
anger is healthy. Anger is healthy, by the way. It's not because of trigger. It's a reaction, and it's you opening up that throat chakra.
Yep.
Using your voice.
Mine's wide open.
I know.
I'm good with that.
But it can be scary. Like you or I, we're fire, right? So we're used to it. We can express ourselves, but we also understand that opening up to these emotions can be really, really scary. And, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure you agree with me where we do have those feelings where we want to help someone get through that, whether it's just being a good ear to listen to or someone that can talk to you through the grief.
Yes.
Through your paranormal experience.
Yes.
Feeling that you've always been a little different from everybody else because you've picked up on things. You've always been highly sensitive. These are all little bits and pieces of realizing that you're an empath. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's amazing how many people that gravitate toward this field are. And they just don't know it.
100%.
So when you open that, I mean, the thing is, it's not like we're handing them the key. We're not.
Mm-mm.
They have the key. We're just saying, oh, there's your key. It's right there. Use it. Stick your hand through the bar and click. And, we all have the key. Our prisons are self-imposed.
Exactly.
And nobody can liberate us until we liberate ourselves. And then we understand that there's somebody on the other side of that self-imposed prison that's standing right there ready to take their hand and run through the nearest field of buttercups, and just tear it up. Oh, and
exactly.
There's a bunny, and there's a bunny, and oh my God, and here's a buttercup. It's an amazing process that I have witnessed too many times to count. And it really is liberation. And it really is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Even no matter what those emotions look like, no matter how they express, whether it's in tears or in rage or in silence, while the thoughts swirl and then the words come. Just to be there for someone and just look in their eyes. I noticed that's one thing I really noticed about you, Tiff. The way that you engage with people that come up to you, the way that your gaze penetrates theirs, and you seem to lock eyes with people. It's like you're reading them through, and Spinoza said the eyes are the windows to the soul. Just
Mm-hmm.
true. And you just gaze right directly into people's souls. And I don't think it's, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that it's so much an element of your gift. Like, not that you're reading them through their eyes, you're sensing them. At least that's what it appears like, that you're sensing them, you're picking up on their vibration and, kind of where they are internally, that you're able to see, even though they think they're hiding it from the world, and you penetrate that. And
Because, yeah.
yeah.
I was just going to say it's because I do have the stare, but it's also making that connection, making that soul connection. I am very sensitive to picking up on your true vibration. It's not the potential; it's the vibration of actually who you are. I am able to get past all of those layers of the onion, peeling them all back with record speed, and I'm able to pinpoint, okay, this is what's happening with you. This is how you're feeling. This started probably around the age of 9 for you, and you haven't dealt with it. So now it's coming back in rare form, and it's calling you to, again, feel to heal. And because you didn't do that, this grief, this incident that caused you grief, is now bringing up strong emotions from your past. So it's almost like that. Would it be a ladder effect? It's just like one thing after another. And it starts with the eyes. It starts with the eye connection. But one thing I'll make clear for you guys that are watching, I would never just do that without anybody's permission. Because that's a huge thing. So I just don't want you to look at me, like if you see me at a show or at a gallery reading, and if I look at you, I don't want you to be nervous. I'm not gonna read you or do
Oh,
anything
she's
like
reading
that.
my secret binary code. Oh
Right.
no.
Exactly. Like, oh my gosh, did she know if I took a shower today? Oh my gosh, I don't know.
No, that's a different sense.
Exactly. So basically, I would never do that. Like, I don't just go up to people in a grocery store, because I get asked that question a lot. Do you just go up to people in grocery stores, like the ones on TV? And I always say, no, I don't, because there's also that level of respect and also professionalism.
Yes.
You never know where someone's at in their journey of grief.
Yes.
Do they want to talk about it? Are they asking you for the healing? They may not want to talk about it. They may find another way of healing that has nothing to do with connecting with their loved ones in spirit.
Yeah.
They could enjoy journaling, and that's their therapy, and that's all they want to do. So I would never cross that line. So I always, when if people want readings, they come to me 100%. They come to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I know what you're talking about. Some different shows where people just walk up to somebody like right out of the blue cold and say, oh, and this one said this one to me about you. And the looks that they get, I find that incredibly intrusive. I mean, the most, and in a way disrespectful of someone else's space and their own emotional makeup. And if they're out trying to decide if they want spare ribs or chicken for dinner, maybe they're distracted enough from their pain right now to just be focused on what they want for dinner, and they don't want to be exposed in the middle of a public setting.
Exactly. Like, why don't we just open up all of those emotions that you just laid to rest, and let's expose it in the meat aisle?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not my idea of professionalism at all. And it's almost like circus tricks, and it doesn't do the profession justice. It doesn't do the individuals justice that are, I pick up on people all the time, constantly. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm like, SpongeBob's got nothing on me.
Right.
I just absorb everything from around me. If my father
Exactly.
answers a spam call and I'm like, don't answer that call, Dad. Don't answer that call. It says unknown caller. I'm like, then don't answer the call. Don't answer it. Hang up, block the number. Well, it might be somebody that I gave a card to and they're not in my phone yet. And I have to answer the phone. And then 5 seconds later, he's swearing at Pam from Spam, who, I hate that bitch anyway, but still,
Yes.
she's a recording. No one on the other end is listening. And he has just showered me in his negative energy. Just like taking, remember the old bucket thing, the ice bucket thing? Just like that. And he'll wait till like 10 minutes before I have to do a show to answer that phone call. And I'm like, do it again. And I'm moving back to Georgia. Do it again one more time. And I'm moving back to Georgia. Oh, no. I'm like, okay, you're venting your anger at robocalls. It doesn't benefit you. It has absolutely no impact on the robocall. And it is toxic to me. Toxic. Okay. So stop it, or I'm going to flush your phone down the toilet, which is like a big threat because he dropped his phone last Christmas in the toilet and I had to get him another phone for Christmas. And, but there would be something, like, I don't know, ironic if I were to just grab the phone that I replaced for him and flush it. And maybe I need to
I understand this though.
Because really, I really, SpongeBob's got nothing on me. Nothing. Yeah. I am as absorbent as I can't even think of, and I don't know how to stop that. How do you stop it? Do you?
Yes, I have to. Yes. So I have to set up healthy boundaries. And that's what it is. Like, I'm so used to, this is what I do though, day in and day out.
Yeah.
So it's something where I've realized I can pick up on a negative situation very quickly and I shut it down quick. I have to, even if it's people that I'm close with, we all have off days, right? I'll be with someone, we do. I have off days. I know there's some days for me where I'm like, nope, I'm not going out in public today. I'm going to sit home and I'm not going to answer texts. I'm just going to be a hermit and I'm going to hold the space. And then tomorrow will be a better day. Yeah. So it happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens like with my friends. I have to shut it down. Even with family members, it happens with family members for me and I feel bad because I don't want to, how do I say this? You want to be able to give your all, but you have to do it respectfully. And you also have to do it in a way of where you make sure that your needs are being met first, because you have to make sure your needs are being met first. Once they are met, then you can give the world to everybody else. But if you're already serving someone with a half cup of energy because it's not full, you're only going to get so far. Yeah. So that's why when I feel a negative situation, I hold space for that person and I will distance myself. And it's to preserve my own energy and make sure that I'm making sure my needs are being met. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it's just like exactly what the flight attendants do when they tell you the thing pops down and if you need oxygen, you might not see the bag won't inflate, but it's there, it's flowing. Trust that it's flowing. Put the cup over your own face before you put one over the one who you're caring for, because basically the notion being, if you can't breathe, then you're not going to be able to help the other person. Exactly. So take care of yourself first, do it as expeditiously as possible, and then reach out to the person beside you who is in need of the oxygen mask as well. So,
Exactly.
it's like a fine art of juggling our own emotions, our own thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
our own existence, so that we keep ourselves healthy enough that we can help others to attain a higher level of understanding, a higher expression of love. And sometimes the expression of love is grief. I have
Mm-hmm.
found that the only true measure of love is the corresponding grief that accompanies the loss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes that's why when you read all these memes on social media, like make the moments count and live for today. And sometimes you're just like, all
Oh,
right, all right. But then when you are struck with grief, you really do those are those inspirational quotes that really make an impact on you, because
mhm.
I actually just posted one on my Instagram, and it was something to the effect of what this year taught me was to really make the most of every situation and see the value in it. Of course, I just messed that quote up because it was, but it was like something to that extent. And I thought, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, I a couple months ago, I was supposed to be in Nashville, and the event coordinator ended up getting COVID, so I had to cancel. And I ended up 2 days later booking a trip to Florida and just had a girls' weekend in Florida, and it was a life changer for me. And I had so much fun. And I'm like, this is about making the most of everything. Like, I could have easily just stayed home and said, okay, well, I didn't have an event, so we'll see what can happen. But it was one of those spur of the moment, spontaneous situations, and I had the opportunity. I took it, and it ended up being a life changer. And it really, it just goes to show is sometimes it's okay to do some of the things out of the norm, in order for you to get a different situation. And it's okay to make the most of the day. It's also okay to hold space for yourself if you're having a rotten day, but just know that you can't stay in that rotten space forever. You can hold space for yourself. Just like I said, there are days where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay home today. And I'm able to stay home, but I know the next day I have to get up and get back into my routine, because mentally that's something that is healthy for me. And it's
Yeah.
so important to be mentally and physically connected to your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, there's a lot to be said for disconnecting. And I think that there's something healthy about that too.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point now, Tiff. I don't push myself the way I used to, and I think part of that has as a natural reaction to the pandemic, um, and part of it is just aging gracefully, and part of it is the realization that it's okay for me to rest. It's okay to recharge. It's okay to instill myself in solitude for a relatively short period of time. I never have long to dwell in that space, but to make the most of it while I do.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those individuals who is absolutely comfortable in my own skin and absolutely comfortable being entirely alone. Well, except I have Peanut Buttercup at all times, meeting all of her needs because I am her lady in waiting. And even though I'm the queen and she's the princess, and we've had a little role reversal going on here for a while now, because if she just looks at me with these, moist doe eyes, and I say, as you wish,
Yeah.
as you wish, as you wish. But
Mm-hmm.
just having that, and I know how much you love your dogs. I know you're just as much a sucker for a pretty face as I am.
I
Oh,
am, and
it's
I'm
bad.
shocked. I'm shocked that they are not making a peep right now. Because usually Stanley Beans is up on my lap trying to cause some sort of chaos. He's in his crate. The door's open and he's just like hanging out in his crate. I'm like, what? Not his style, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. But one thing I wanted to touch base on too was you had mentioned like this past year it taught you to relax, and it's relax. And I agree with you 100%. Relaxing is just as important as recharge. Like being out there. I just had dinner with one of my girlfriends tonight, and we were talking about that because I said, I'm motivated, I'm excited, but I'm just like, like I just feel very relaxed and chill. Like I kind of need to get that momentum back, that groove back. And we started talking about the pandemic, and I do feel like the pandemic has a lot I won't say it's 100% the pandemic, I'm not going to blame it, but it has a lot to do with how we choose to proceed now.
It does. And it has, I think that, I've said all along, this is the paradigm shift. This is the holy shift. Like nothing's going to be the same on the other side of this.
Oh yeah. 100%.
It's already not the same. And it's not ever going to be the same that it was before. It's just not.
Nope.
We don't have a point of reference that we can really count on.
Right.
Things are too fluid. Things change, day to day. I mean, 2-3 weeks ago, nobody knew what the word Omicron was, and now here it's omnipresent in our world as we're wondering, okay, is it more contagious? Is it less virulent? Is it as deadly as Delta? 2 years ago, we weren't thinking any of this stuff. None of this was, there was no template for it. It was not in the vernacular. It was, it didn't belong in our lexicon. We were living entirely different lives, just aimlessly and obliviously going on with life. And then boom, COVID.
Right. And I noticed once COVID hit, I had mentioned before, everybody wanted me for readings to connect with their loved ones in spirit. And once COVID hit, the need for wanting readings for clarity became more prevalent than the readings for connecting with loved ones in spirit. People were stricken with I would say grief again, but not grief because of a loss of a loved one in spirit, but a loss of everything that they knew was now gone. And most of us had to learn how to start from scratch and adjust. And adjusting also can be really, really difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Especially
Very
those
much
that lost their jobs over 30 years, people that were actually losing their loved ones. Isolation played a huge part in a mental break, There's so many different variables.
Yeah. And everybody deals with it a little differently. I was watching, I think it was a Harvard Ipsos national poll last week that they had polled the youth of America. And I think one of the questions pertained to people between 15 and 30. And in the month before they completed the poll, 25% of the responders talked about wanting to harm themselves. That is an enormous amount of the population that is so completely overwhelmed, so lost in the woods, can't see the light, that the potential to take their own lives exists. So what kind of stress and anxiety and loneliness is at play psychologically that would cause young people with the promise of their whole lives ahead of them to even consider suicide? No, because they've never faced anything like this. I'm of an age, I'm probably a good 20 years older than you are. And, I've lived through a lot of crap in my life. I was born in 1958 during the Eisenhower administration. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. And so, because of that, I've had the opportunity to learn from it, to process it, to grow from it, to assimilate it into my psychological makeup,
Right.
and even appreciate it, because all of it combined to make me who I am now. But these young people, especially young people of privilege that have never really had to worry about anything before, like pretty much not anything, are suddenly confronted with their own mortality and being told that they can't get a vaccine because they're too young, but this virus might kill them, or the ones that they've counted on their entire lives to make their life so seamless and smooth, i.e. their parents or guardians that have given them this easy breezy ride through life. To this point, they're the ones that are suffering the most, because they're in sheer, utter upheaval and disbelief that something like this could happen, and that it could happen to them, and that they have absolutely no control over it, and are just as susceptible as their great grandmother is to this invisible killer virus. That's a lot for a kid to take in. And I consider anybody under the age of 30 to be a kid. That's just that.
Well, hey, our brains aren't fully developed until 25, I believe. So, think of that scenario too.
Yep. Yeah. So what advice would you have for that particular demographic that's freaking out?
Well, I guess my advice for that demographic, the younger demographic, is really getting to know you as a person, like getting to know themselves as a person. And even if it's journaling, being able to feel comfortable enough to reach out. If you don't feel comfortable enough to reaching out to a friend or family member, I'm pro advocate for therapy. I'm huge into there's nothing taboo about going to see a therapist. Just like I mentioned before, it's important for us to connect mind, body, soul, right? Because nobody says anything about people working out or having like fitness pages on social media and all of that. But then when someone wants to talk about mental health, it's almost this stigma of, well, why are you going to therapy? What's going on? What's wrong with you? You don't have to have anything wrong. It's just you doing your due diligence on figuring what makes you tick, because everybody has certain experiences. So if you are struggling, I highly encourage you to seek therapy. And also, by the way, what you can do at home is, we tend to focus on the negative because it's so easy. But why don't we focus on the things that are right in this world, that is going right in your personal life? Is it, hey, you're able to get up and go for a walk anytime you want? Is it you have the position to, okay, maybe you're not with your employer anymore, but now is the time where you could sit back and really think, you know what, I've always been creative. I've always wanted to kind of do my own thing. Why don't I focus in on that? That's one thing that I keep on saying one thing, but it's one thing that I say one thing. It's something
that's
I've
good
learned
advice.
with so many people. 2020 was a huge year for like self-reflection and trying to figure out how to wade through the waters, right? Like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Everything I know is now gone. How do I move through that? So it's really kind of peeling back those layers again and doing the work on yourself. 2021 is, okay, I kind of get my grasp on things. Now what? Now what's going to happen? So now you're finally getting your feet, and if that's the right word, but like you're getting your pull, you're figuring it out. You know what direction you want to go. In 2022, I can tell you right now is going to be a stellar year, whether it's career, relationship, working on yourself, like everything that you have, that momentum is going to be fast forward and ready to go. So that's why it's so important to do the work on yourself. So when I try to give advice to people that are, especially the younger crowd, that may not have the right resources, that's why I say therapy, therapy, therapy. Also, get a journal. It doesn't even have to be like a hardcover journal. It could be a notebook, and write down your thoughts. Sometimes just getting it out helps.
It's the purge.
Yeah, it's that purge. Getting out, like writing 10 things down a day that you were grateful for. Maybe it is just being able to breathe. Maybe it is going out for a walk. Maybe it's being able to talk to one of your friends all the time. Tell your friends that you love them. Tell your family that you love them. Maybe it's like me. I surround myself with rescue dogs. Like I love being able to help in any way. And my dogs are my unconditional love. I absolutely love that. So there's certain things, playing music, whatever it is. There you go. See, dogs are therapy.
I rescued her. She rescued me right back.
Yes. Yes. So it's really getting to know yourself first, and then figure out what makes you tick. So again, whether it's walking, definitely therapy, hands down therapy. Maybe it's you having that creative outlet. Maybe it's you saying, you know what, I know that I need to give myself a little bit of time just to kind of recharge my batteries every day. So I'm going to allow myself 10 minutes in the morning to write my intentions, write out what I'd like to see for myself, write out, what I'd like to manifest. Because when we put our thoughts out there, we're setting our intentions.
That's right, because thoughts are things, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. So that is why it's so important. And I'm reading the comments too as I go. I think everybody's awesome, but let's just generalize. I think all of you are awesome, but
they are. Oh, I have the best viewers in the whole world. There's no question about it.
Exactly. They're all in on that's why I keep looking down, because I have it on my phone, because for whatever reason, my computer's slow. But it is something where you have to figure out where that passion is that resides in you. Make sure you do the due diligence. I know it's scary. I know it's hard. This is hard. Life. Life is not easy. It isn't. Like, not. I don't care if you have the best family. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you live on an island or you live in this little cabin out in the woods. It doesn't matter. Life is always going to be a struggle, but it's learning how to see how you can actually adjust your sails and be able to make it through. Because we all can. We all have that ability to, but we just have to heal ourselves.
Exactly, because it really is. Life presents us with one obstacle after another. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you get over it, under it, or around it? That's the question.
Exactly. It's knowing yourself first and allowing yourself that value that you were put on this earth to feel. Every soul out there, everybody that's tuning in is valued. And it's sad because not everybody believes it in themselves. And they would rather find the value in someone else before they find the value in themselves. Don't give up your power so easy. Allow yourself to fill your own needs first. Because everybody in this chat right now is amazing. It's again, I'm reading, everyone's saying it's a struggle, right? Yeah, it can be a struggle, but just know that you are worth it and you're valued. And if you've never heard it before, I'm telling you that you're worth it and you're valued. And instead of waiting for someone to give you that validation, you need to find that validation in yourself.
Yes,
how worthy you are.
Just understand and accept the fact that you are a freaking magical light being.
Yes.
Just accept it. Just, embrace the incredible lightness of your being. Just accept it. Yes. It's very easy. All you have to do is just make up your mind that you're freaking marvelous.
Yeah,
just
I'm
decide,
awesome.
That's it.
Yes.
It's a split second of a decision. Oh, wow. I rock the universe. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, gee, suddenly I feel better about things. Well, that's called cause and effect.
Exactly. I had someone tell me, and it was a little sarcastic, but they said, oh, well, Tiffany thinks she's special. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I know I'm special. Thank you. I am very special. And I appreciate that you see that. But I also appreciate that I see it too. Because again, when you find that love for yourself, that's going to exude out of you. And you're going to be able to give 110%, 200% to everybody else, which is what you want, right? The majority of us want that. And they say, oh, well, I put this person first before me. Or I put that. That's great. But just imagine how amazing that could be once you find that love and value yourself first.
Well, that's also martyrdom, and that's not a healthy thing.
Right.
You've got to be your best self before you can be what's best for someone else to help guide them to their best self.
Exactly.
It's just cause and effect. It's a simple mathematical equation. 1 + 1 = 2.
Yep. I can't even.
Because look at this face.
Exactly.
How could I not be joyful with her in my arms?
I know. She's so at peace.
She is. She's a very, very happy dog.
Yes.
She keeps saying, Mommy, I like her voice. Mommy, I like her. Pick me up. Pick me up. Usually she's down on the princess palette by now.
Well, I'm a dog person, so that's probably why.
Are you staring at me?
She is.
Staring? Do you have COVID?
Originally, she was passed out. I'm actually kind of jealous that my dogs aren't doing the same. I keep looking. They're not even paying.
It's because my dog loves me more than your dog.
Yeah.
Obvious.
I'm like, where are my dogs? Where are my dogs at?
My dogs. Okay, cover the private parts, honey, because there's a camera. All right. We'll see if we can just keep a handle on this. Don't we have like?
But I love this, and I'm again reading the comments, and thank you, Betty. I know Betty just said it's nothing wrong with knowing that you're special. We all have uniqueness, and it's true. Like we're all different.
Well, Tony, who has thrown me over for a Las Vegas Paracon tonight, is normally the magic man behind the curtains who's reading all the comments. And so if any questions come through, just repeat them. Or any comments that you want to make, because you're going to have to admin your own show tonight. Because apparently
that's fun.
Too busy to join us. So, if you want to respond to anybody, just say their name and respond to any questions that come through. Everybody's invited to engage with Tiffany. I mean, my God, how could you not want a piece of that bright light?
Well, can I tell you? So when we were talking about the pictures before, and we can also talk about what it's like to communicate with our loved ones in spirit too, because I know sometimes people have questions for that. Yes. But I just wanted to bring up the first picture that I mentioned of you and I at the paint house. Yeah. My hair was like pitch black. I don't know if you remember, but I was in like a dark phase of like dark hair. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how dark my hair was.
Honey, it doesn't matter if your hair is fuchsia. You are drop dead gorgeous.
Thank you.
Just are.
Thanks, girl. Wait, what? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you. Must have caught out. I'm just kidding. I love it. I love it. Again, just reading comments. Well, one thing that I want to bring up too is, because I know, Annie, you see spirits too.
Yes.
Right? And so there's so many different ways. Like when I get messages or when I see people in spirit, it comes through my mind's eye. Mm-hmm. So the best way I can describe it is it's almost how you guys at home would envision a memory, but it's not my memory. It's not connected to me.
Right. Well, I have that happen too, but I also have an ability to see fourth and fifth dimensionally and beyond, which did not develop until we moved to the farm when I was just a little kid. And then suddenly I was seeing things that I had never seen before and I didn't know what I was seeing. I mean, the first full body apparition I ever saw, Tiff, looked like absolute solid flesh and blood to me.
Wow.
I did not know he wasn't alive.
And how did you find out that he wasn't alive?
Because Nancy said she saw him disappear right before her eyes.
Wow.
And then we were all in the room when he came back. Three of my four sisters were with me in the room when he came back, and we all saw him come back.
Wow.
But again, he didn't look translucent to me. He didn't. He looked like I could have walked up and touched him. I even spoke to him and I said, "Good morning, sir," because I didn't know he was not among the living.
Wow.
So I have an ability which can really screw with your brain. Really?
Oh, yeah, because you don't, yeah.
Really, that I wonder, I'll get this strange feeling. I'm looking at someone and they're looking back at me and our eyes meet. And I'm not sure if they're spirit or if they're mortal. I don't know.
Wow. I've seen them, but in glimpses.
Tiffany, Jonathan Altieri wants to know if what it would be like if you visited the farmhouse. Have you been?
In all these years, I have still never been to the farmhouse.
Oh, well, I can fix that. One phone call and I can fix that for you.
I would love to go. I have never been. I would love to go. I actually love doing a lot of historical locations that are presumed to have been haunted. I've done a lot of work at Lizzie Borden's.
Yes, I know.
I actually used to do gallery readings every month there.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep, every month.
That's a very interesting place, that house.
Exactly. The past couple of years I did it, and up until COVID. And then Maplecroft, I used to do a lot with Maplecroft. Mm-hmm. Payne House, thanks to Ken DaCosta. He brought me in. So I've done some events there. I've also been to Eastern State Penitentiary. Mm-hmm. Waverly Hills Sanitarium. I want to go to St. Augustine.
Oh, you have to. That is not only is my friend Erin Bush live right there, so we could always just, crash at her house. Whether she likes it or not.
Right. Thanks, Erin. I'll bring muffins.
It's only an hour. It's not even an hour and a half away from me.
Oh, wow.
So if you can get down there, well, all right. She's one of those that's out, in Las Vegas right now.
Oh.
Calls me today and she's like, "Hold on, I got to put Zaffis on the phone." I'm like, "What are you doing with him? Get away from him." He's like, "He's mine. Get away from him." She's like, "Oh, no. He had stories to tell about you, Annie." So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with all day long, is fielding calls from Las Vegas today. But when she gets back, we should definitely make that happen. I'm doing an event in Savannah too. The end of February. And I could make that happen.
I would love to do something. I've never been to Savannah and I've always wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh, the cemeteries. Oh. If you think the cemeteries did either one of you apply for the Deer Moon Mission? No, I've never even heard of the Deer Moon Mission.
I don't know what that is.
I love the name. Write that down. We'll have to check that out. But my God, I mean, if you think that the cemeteries, it's a graveyard explosion in Savannah of the most beautiful graveyards, and that they rival New Orleans. They do.
So I've never been there either.
Oh,
I actually live under a rock. I don't know if you know
this. We just need to broaden your horizons. I think we should get together and take our show on the road. That's what I think.
Hey, well, I will let you know. Oh, I love it. Okay, again, just reading the comments on my phone underneath. I'm going to be going to Florida soon. Real soon.
Really?
Real soon.
Okay. Well,
I'll text you. I'll text you.
Please do. Text me because I live.
I'll be 20 minutes away from you.
Yes. Yeah, you will. Which, there's just absolutely no excuse for you not to be here. I mean, and you know what? Here's the thing. I invite all my friends down. I am literally 20 minutes away from Orlando International Airport. There's just no reason. Okay, have you been to Crescent Hotel in Eureka? I don't go to Arkansas on purpose. Although, I might consider it.
I've never been.
I was just always afraid everybody in Arkansas would just, like find me objectionable. And I know that's not fair to say, and somebody's going to text me, don't disparage Arkansas. But, how to tell if one is haunted by paranormal? What are the telltale signs? If one is haunted, I don't understand the question. How you mean, like in terms of an attachment? What are the telltale signs if one is haunted by? Well, for me, all I have to do is just sense whatever is around me in any given place.
Well, I was just going to say that I think everything is actually haunted, but some of the energy is a little bit more intense than others.
Than other places. Yeah, exactly.
Right. One of the most haunted locations was never a location on TV. Mm-hmm. It was actually a residential home that was only 6 years old, but the land that it was built on was part of a war that was up here in the Northeast, because I live in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. And was it King Philip's?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, what a bloody, just horrible. And you know what? If you don't live in New England, I mean, there's hardly anybody in this country that even knows that happened.
I know.
It didn't, people don't even know that was
a thing.
I don't know. We have failed. We have failed so many people when it comes to American history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How that got lost, how civics and history got lost in the fray of focusing on math and science. I will never know.
Right.
I never will, because how can one be less important than the other? If you don't know, what George Santayana said, those who, oh shit, what is it? Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. That's what we do. Like, we don't learn our lessons. Yep. We continue on trying to learn until we actually make that change.
Yeah, over and over. All right, so respond to the questions. Oh, Bill, hi.
Okay.
Bill, are you monitoring questions, honey?
Yes, but actually, how would both of you like to open up the phone lines?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. I am. Oh, God.
Sure.
Too, apparently. Are you okay?
Yeah, let's open up the phone lines so that people could call in and they can ask their questions. And
okay. All right. Well, you're in charge of that, babe.
All right. So for those that are listening on KGRA DB, the number is 855-472-5483. So that's 85 KGRA live. And I'll flash the number on the screen. I just wanted to make sure that you guys would take calls.
Yeah. Tiffany, did you hear what Bill just said? He said he was going to flash us.
Okay. Happy Friday night.
Happy Friday night. Just prepare yourself, okay? Because I've seen a little more of Bill than I was prepared for.
Oh, there's another joke with a thumb. I don't even go there. All right. All right. Have a great rest of the show.
Okay.
Well, I love the fact Deb Vickers is on. She has been Deb Vickers was one of the historians at Lizzie Borden's. So she would help.
I knew that name. Yeah.
Yes. And she has her own paranormal group. And she is just amazing. She's helped me with Lizzie Borden's and Maplecroft. And again, she has her own paranormal show. So Deb, feel free to put in the comments what the name of your show is and your group and everything that you have going on. Because everybody wants to know, there's been changes with Lizzie Borden's. So since those changes, I have lost contact. And so, we lost a very good friend who passed away that owned Lizzie's. And so, my heart's always with Leanne.
Yes, my heart amazing. Is always. She was an amazing woman, absolutely amazing. But, the thing is that you and I are both all about supporting and lifting up other women in this field.
Exactly.
And, so to see Deb pop in, I would love if she would call in and talk about her show. I would be thrilled about that.
Oh, with Deb, yes. Yeah,
absolutely. Invited to call in. And Pepper Jackie said, I feel spirit. I feel my brother since he's passed, but I have not felt my parents. I have often wondered if they are okay and in the light. I'm going to leave that to you, my darling.
I do feel that. And one thing that I will say is I want you to pay attention to cardinals, because I feel like they come through to you as cardinals. Our loved ones in spirit will come through. The big ones are cardinals, butterflies, dragonflies, hawks are huge. I'm sure you guys have heard the term pennies and dimes from heaven. And I know sometimes we think that just because we don't feel them, they're not here with us. But our loved ones in spirit do not miss a beat. And I feel like your parents were there greeting your brother when he made that transition. But I do want you to pay attention to cardinals, because they keep showing me cardinals as being super significant to you.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. And interesting that Pepper likes the color red.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Did you see her? Yeah.
Yeah, the peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I know I'm not going to be doing...
Jackie is on hold.
Okay.
Jackie, yes. Please let her come right in. Hi, are you there, sweetheart?
Yes, I am. I've always had this deep question. I've felt spirit. I've seen spirit when they want to be seen.
Yes.
But
the ball is always in their court. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever they choose to be, then fine.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one left in my nuclear family. My mother died in 2001. My dad died in 2013. And my brother died 2 years ago. Now, my brother, I feel him around me. He had a very hard life. He was a drug substance abuser, and I knew that wasn't him. After he passed, it was like he was back. I knew who was around me. But I have not felt my mother and father around me, and they were really abusive. And I wonder if they haven't been around me because they feel either guilty or they're in the light and they've already transitioned, and that's the reason why. I have forgiven them. I've been through God knows how much therapy, but I just wanted to know, have they transitioned and went into the light?
I do feel like they have transitioned and they are into the light, but I always find that a lot of times when we are looking to hear from our loved ones, they are the ones that the ones that come through are the ones that you need to hear from. And I think where you have done so much healing work on yourself and allowed yourself to let go of that guilty feeling that you have had, which was burdening you. And the reality is that you shouldn't have been feeling guilty. Nothing was your fault leading up to any of this, but you've done that healing work. You've allowed yourself to let go of that extra burden and stress. So I feel like they're here with you, but that could be why you don't sense them as much, because of the relationship that you had with them while they were here, because you yourself have evolved and grown while doing the healing work on yourself.
Yes, I know my mom and dad had a very hard life. Mm-hmm. And, that doesn't excuse what they did, but I see where they came from. And I see why, behind the cause and the effect behind everything. You know what I mean? I see my mother's innocence. I see my dad's innocence. I see where they came from. Great. But yeah, I could feel everybody else but my parents. It's like, come on. I
Right.
want them to be proud of me if they're there.
Yep, they are. I do feel like they are there. But again, the ones that come through are usually the ones that you need to hear from pertaining to what's going on currently in your life. And, I feel like, without giving you readings or anything like that, because I know I'm not doing readings tonight, but, ultimately I do feel like their energy is there. And you have to remind yourself that you're the one doing the healing work on yourself. And so it's you seeing your life in a totally different perspective. So are they there? Yes, they are. But also they're commending you on your healing work, because they weren't able to do that while they were here, because they didn't understand. They loved you to the best of their ability.
Yes, I'm picking up that same thing. And they didn't want to. They kept a safe distance. They did not want to interfere in that process once they understood the damage that they had done. I just picked up that message that just came through to me, for whatever it means and whatever it's worth. But it didn't mean that they didn't love you, dear.
I appreciate that, because, I hear people like they have wonderful parents and so forth like that. And, my heart just is full of joy when I hear about other people's love and how they have with their parents. Mine were just too damaged. That's all there is to it.
But you know what? Part of your healing is understanding how damaged they were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They weren't able to pick up on it themselves.
That's right. And your ability to forgive them speaks well of your own personal spiritual evolution. So I hope that is helpful to you in these kind and loving words tonight as they come through, because it's hard. It's hard for spirit too. It's not just hard for us. They struggle too. And they're often wanting to communicate and fearful to interfere. And so it's safer for them to just watch from a distance. But it doesn't mean they're not there, and it doesn't mean that they don't care, and it doesn't mean that they haven't learned something very important during their own evolution and transformation. So take heart with that, my darling, and thank you so much for calling in to speak with us tonight. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we've got Trish calling in from Michigan, and I think I know exactly what Trish that is. I think I do.
Yes, you do, Andrea.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm so good.
I know you are. And you have the world's most lovely daughter. If you ever get sick of her, I'll take her off your hands, okay?
I will package her up and ship her off to you tomorrow.
Oh, she's on your last raw nerve? Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
No, but I do have some good news for you.
What's
I
that?
kissed my mother's ring. I have my mother's wedding ring I showed you.
Yes.
I kissed the ring. I put it around her neck on a chain. She took her HESI test, and she passed, and my daughter is going to be a nurse.
Whoa! Congratulations!
Fantastic. That's
Thank
great.
you. She passed the
Oh my God. God knows we could use every nurse we can get. And she is such a kind and loving and compassionate soul. Thank God for every patient that she ever cares for. Will thank God for her. That's great news.
Well, I used to take my kids with me to Kids at Work Day. I worked at a hospital, and so both of my children do medical. So, but what my question was for Tiffany. I love you, Andrea, but I don't want to ask you a question. I already know all about you. So for Tiffany, I wanted to know, since you can't look into my lovely green eyes, you can't tell me anything about me. So what do you feel for the United States as far as maybe financially in the in 2021 and 22, the last part of 21 and 22.
Well, can I just say something for you instead of the United States?
Yeah, because our country's screwed.
Yeah,
So, let's just skip right over that. Like, democracy's hanging by a filament and inflation's through the roof and everybody's lost their cookies. So, so probably we shouldn't talk politics because my brain will explode.
If you want to say something for me, tell me if I'm going to meet a sugar daddy.
Woohoo! No, I actually do feel like you're on to like a new endeavor. Like you're working on something. Maybe it's just you working on yourself, but I feel like this is something that you've been going through since this past August, where you've had this shift of like this aha moment of, all right, time to put myself first and move forward. Because I do feel like when we talked earlier about loving yourself, like you're really doing the work. You're doing that hard work, and everything is paying off. You're ready to enter in this next new chapter of your life. And all you have to do is allow yourself to welcome the healthy love that is meant for you. Keyword, healthy. Okay?
It took me 56 years to find out that I'm worth more than I thought I was. And I actually do love the person that I am today.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Congratulations, girlfriend. Congratulations. Give yourself credit because it takes a long time. Sometimes we just don't ever realize because we were never told or we weren't told how to love ourselves.
Well, that's particularly true of women too. Men have a lot easier time valuing their own self-worth than women do because we're just socially conditioned practically from birth to take care of others and to put ourselves last. We're always the frickin' caboose on every train that's passing through, and so
my mother always told us that our job was to get a full-time job and to serve, not to take care of, but to serve our spouse. Get up in the morning, make him breakfast, pack him a lunch, may have dinner on the table. It didn't matter if I worked as many hours as he did. And I actually had a fight with my ex-husband. I used to work 3 12-hour shifts, and he worked, his 5 8-hour shifts. And he says, well, you only work three days a week. And I said, yeah, I do in 3 days what takes you 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So
okay, those days are over, and we need to make sure that they stay over.
Exactly.
And so I told my daughter when she was a baby, and I used to whisper this in her ear, I want you to grow up to be a strong, independent woman. And she is.
I love that.
She is. She really is.
She
Trish,
is.
thank you for calling in, honey. I've got somebody from Maryland waiting on the line. And get in touch with me as soon as your books arrive, okay? Just so I know.
I will.
And I can wipe it off my worry list. All right?
And let me know when you get my thing that I sent to you. And
okay.
I love you so much.
Love you too, honey. Good night. Okay, we have my darling. Oh my God, this is going to be a treat for you. Brennan from Maryland. I know Brennan and his mother, Brianna, and their whole family.
Oh, wow.
They are absolutely wonderful human beings, and they have been to the farm. He is a young man with an old soul. Let me just put it that way. Brendan, where are you, darling?
I'm right here.
Oh, see, now, didn't you just text me just before the show started and say you were all excited? I didn't know you were so excited that you would actually come on the show tonight.
Well, I love talking to you, so of course.
See, hi, Annie. Can't wait for the show. It's right there. It's right there.
Oh, I love that.
I know. He's one of the, okay, let me put it to you this way. This is one of the reasons that I have hope for the future. This young man gives me hope for the future because he is a bright light in the firmament. He is brilliant. He is beautiful. He borders right on creative genius. And he's just getting started. And so, you know what, Brendan? I'm going to knock off my my camera for just a minute so you can't see my disorganized office, and I'm going to go get a piece of your artwork. So you please speak with Tiffany for a moment while I go retrieve what I was getting ready to frame in the kitchen, and I'll be right back.
Sure. So at our old house, we went through a lot of stress, like our well went dry and the basement would flood and the roof would leak. And whenever this stuff was happening, my mom was constantly finding pennies around the house and just randomly, like in spots where pennies don't just happen to be. And especially when our well went dry, we had this butterfly that came around and it would fly around our heads and it would land on our knees and you could pick it up with your finger and it wouldn't move. And even at our house that we have now, I mean, it still is with us. Like when we're riding our bikes, it flies right behind us and follows us. I mean, and we've always had the sense that it was my mom's grandmother. So do you think that that's like common for family members to show up in times of stress?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially if there's anything happening in the house, if you're doing renovations, pennies and dimes from heaven, that's a huge thing. I've even noticed some people will collect the pennies and dimes and keep it just as a keepsake. Butterflies are huge. I love butterflies because it actually brings me back to a quote that, and I hope I don't mess the quote up, but it's just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it turned into a butterfly. So butterflies are huge for transformation. So a lot of times you may see them as you are going through a transformation yourself, but it is also highly connected to spirit. So those are two major signs that came in right when you needed to hear it or see it. So whether it was doing the home renovations or just being super stressful, which when anything goes wrong in the house, it's always going to bring on that level of stress. So I do feel like it was her grandmother. And she's also, just so you know, because I just heard, she said to your mom, she says, unless it's for you, it very well could be for you. She says, thank you for doing the family research.
Really?
Have you been doing some stuff with family research or ancestry?
Yes, we did DNA tests.
No way.
Yes.
That's amazing. So she's definitely well aware of that. She's acknowledging that, and that's her validation for you. 100%. Yep. Yep, absolutely. And she doesn't want to scare you guys. She's just trying to communicate, but you're highly sensitive anyways. So you pick up on them, you dream of them. It's like, I know Annie mentioned that you're an old soul, but I feel like your soul was meant for like the 1930s and 40s era. Does that make sense for you?
Yes. My parents have always said that I'm literally older than them at heart.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
So cool. That gave me chills.
What was that?
What?
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Oh, I said that gave me chills.
Oh, good. Because they're good chills. They're good chills. Yeah. And also I'm being shown you going through all the old pictures.
Really?
Yep. But it's like of your grandparents, and maybe it's your great-grandparents, because I'm seeing old wedding pictures.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yes. What's going on with that?
They're hanging up in my grandparents' house right now. That's my grandmother's mom. And they have them.
Gosh.
Are they like black and white?
Wow. And there's 3. Why do I see the number 3? Are there 3 pictures?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check with my mom. I'll show her this whole episode tomorrow, but I mean,
okay.
I'm back.
My mom, her aunt died, I think 2 years ago now. and death. And my mom was always really close with her. But about a week after she passed, my mom fell asleep and she had a dream, and her aunt was like young and beautiful, and she was standing in like this field of like flowers, and she said that her aunt was talking to her, and she kept saying, Brianna, I'm okay. All right. I want you to tell everybody that I'm okay and that I can hear here. And
Yes.
she ears and looking up, saying that she could hear where she was.
And that was a visit. So a lot of times our loved ones in spirit will come through in dreams. And the difference between a dream and a visit is just like you just repeated that dream, like it was at the back of your hand, that's a visit. But if I said to you, okay, Brendan, what did you dream about last night? You probably would think, I'm not quite sure, Tiff. So that's the difference.
Okay, let me share a little bit of Brennan with our audience. And he just turned 14 not long ago, right? Just 14 years old, this young man. This is what he drew from me, from memory, from the farmhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful?
I love that.
Beautiful. Okay, that's just one. And he sent me, I won't embarrass him too much by reading the letter because it really is very personal, but I can share his artwork. Look at that. Now, this is just from memory, from just being there.
Yep.
Right? Isn't that absolutely extraordinary?
That's amazing.
Yep. I know. I'm going to frame one of them to give to my mother, one to give to each one of my sisters, and one to keep.
Can I just say, Brennan, didn't I just say 3? Why am I being shown 3? 3 framed pictures? And what did Annie just say?
Yeah.
She's framing 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
And
I didn't realize it until you said it.
Actually what he did was he sent me 5. And so one for every member of my family and one for me and my father to frame and put here at the house. And this is the one that I'm keeping. Isn't that amazing? And he did it from memory.
Wow.
From just being there one time. Beautiful. Extremely talented, extremely gifted young man, a singer, an actor, an artist. He is the future. And I tell him, no pressure, but you were born to save the world. No pressure.
None taken. No pressure at all. At all. 0.
That's amazing.
Yep. But 3 is actually, Tiff, as you well know, a very spiritual number. The Holy Trinity. And which of course includes spirit. And so I had the rare and precious occasion to spend part of an afternoon with Brennan and his mother, Brianna, and their family, his aunt, and different members of his entire family all got together and we did a Zoom session. So we haven't even had the opportunity to meet in person yet, but we have met over, online. And I know that we will. I mean, if I have to make a special trip to Maryland, I will to meet this family.
Yeah, my mom wants to see our house so bad.
I will. Well, it's only fair since you've seen my childhood home that I should see your childhood home.
Well, this is only like our 4th. We moved like 7 times. It's like ridiculous.
Well, it's okay, honey. Your dad's in the military. That's kind of to be expected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Look, do you have anything else to ask Tiffany?
No, not at the moment, but I will definitely comment if I do.
Good. Oh, it's so nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, sweetheart. I'll text you after the show. I love you dearly.
Okay, I love you guys too. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, so Now, do you believe me when I tell you that we have the world's best viewers on A World Awakening?
Amazing.
I know, truly, truly.
They're all just so nice. They're all
Well,
so sweet. All of you guys are so sweet. I'm reading these comments and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love
I
this.
know.
You have
Doesn't it
such
just-
great energy.
I know. It's so heart touching. And I tell them, every week I tell them, just by us gathering together like this every Friday night and expressing our love and our affection and our respect and, our adoration for each other, we're healing the planet. We're raising the vibration. We're operating at a higher frequency by doing this. And because thoughts are things, what we're putting out into the world, even though it is unquantifiable, it is, quite literally immeasurable, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist and that we aren't doing our part in these couple of hours every Friday night to heal the world of its woes.
Exactly.
In some small part,
Exactly. I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to answer Daryl's question because he had asked if can living people come into your dreams, and absolutely, they definitely can visit you in your dreams. A lot of times, it's like if you're thinking of someone and all of a sudden you're driving and you notice their same car like on the road all the time. It's because you're starting to sync up with their energy. Yes. So when you have people that are still here that pop into your dreams, it could be because you have been thinking about them a lot. You're syncing up with their energy and they're coming to give you some sort of information. Or it very well could just be your own intuition, because we're all intuitive to a certain degree. So it very well could be your own intuition in the sense of you're thinking of them, you dream of them, and then I wouldn't be surprised the next day or two you end up hearing from them.
Yes.
A lot of times that happens.
Or take that opportunity when someone, the compelling thought of them continues to revisit you in consciousness. Mm-hmm. I firmly believe that the vast majority of real pure communication is telepathic.
Yes.
And so very often, I can't tell you how often somebody will pop into my head, I'll think of them, and then my phone will ring. And it's
100%.
Mm-hmm. Or I will take the opportunity when somebody pops into my mind, even if, I'm feeling nothing but light and love around them. But I'll pick up the phone and just make a 5-minute phone call and say, I was just thinking about you, just checking in. And inevitably they'll say, oh my God, I was just thinking of you too. Well, that's confirmation. That is paranormal validation between two living souls.
But one of my best friends, same thing. When we first became friends, I would teach her how to do use her intuition and all that stuff. Now we just pick up, she'll show up at my house wearing the same sweatshirt as me. We're just constantly, and she's my friend, but we just constantly sync up with everything having to do with our lives. Yeah. So, and I always say that she's my soul sister. So you've met her, Sarah.
Yes, I have. Yeah. And she's lovely. And you're right. You two are profoundly connected. It even shows when you get close to each other, there's this one unified field of glow going on around the two of you. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, she's amazing. She is. She's amazing. We have Shannon from Florida on hold. Balmy Florida. Oh my God. Paradise. And we would know, right, Shannon? We would know. Did we lose her? There she is.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you, darling?
I'm good. I have a question for, either one of you. My husband passed away 4 years ago. Since he passed, he's been very strong in coming through in my dreams and making himself known by turning the TV on and off and things like that. But recently I moved. I sold our house in New Jersey and I moved to Florida. And I haven't heard a peep out of him, either in my dreams or any signs from him. So I'm just wondering what he makes of the move.
I'm going to let Tiffany answer that first, and then I will comment.
Okay.
My first thought is that what he's telling me is that you're finally at peace. You're finally at peace. You're finding your serenity. You're actually feeling good. And he's showing me a blanket. There's a special blanket that you have of his that you curl up with.
Yes, I do.
Yep. So he's just validating that because he's showing me that right now he's over on the left-hand side of you. So I don't know if you have a picture of him on your left or if that's usually a side that he would always sit on. Even though it's a new location, it doesn't matter. But he just shows me I'm being pulled over to the left-hand side of you. So I feel like you have something of his over on the left-hand side, or it's
I have a picture that I'm actually looking at right now.
I love that. That's a huge validation for you. That's his way of saying, even though I'm not here physically, I'm still here. I still know what's going on. And he goes, I keep on sending her pennies, but she doesn't pick them up.
No, I do pick up the pennies. I do. I find them all over the place.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, time to keep them in a jar.
Yes.
I found one under a glass of water. I had a glass of water that I put on the table, and I came back into the room, and there was penny under the glass.
Yep. He's trying to get through to you because he's just showing you that he is here with you, and he knows that you found peace in the move. He just said, he goes, oh, it's less of a headache for her. So where you move to now is less of a headache for you. And that's why it's bringing you that serenity. And he just said, he goes, you can light all the candles you want now. Because I don't know if he would complain about you lighting candles.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I just bought a flameless candle. It's a memorial candle for Yahrzeit, which is, when a loved one has passed.
Yes.
And it's just for the anniversary of my father's death. And I bought a flameless one because I always used to light candles when my husband was alive, and he would say, put that candle out. We don't want to leave it burning at night.
You're going to burn the house down. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a huge validation for you. That's, again, his way of saying, even though I'm not here physically, I'm still here. I still know what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And just know that he's right there with you at all times. And he wants you to feel his love tonight because he is going to work on coming through to you in dreams.
Okay. Okay, that's great.
Just be mindful, Shannon, be watchful. And if I could contribute here, I have found the very best way for spirit to feel comfortable communicating with us is when we start the conversation. Because the last thing that they want to do is be to startle you or to make you feel in any way uncomfortable with their presence. And so what I would suggest, I don't know if the two of you would sit and have a cup of tea together or coffee or, just save space for him in your new home and welcome him into your new home so that he feels like it's his as well. And just talk to him, sweetheart. Talk to him as though he's sitting right there at the table with you. And I promise you, he will come through to you in an undeniable, unmistakable way. Something that only you and he would know about each other. And he will let you know that he is right there with you. I promise.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh,
I love
lovely.
these.
I know. This is so great. Oh, Jonathan. Oh, my God. I so love this man. Oh, my God. I think I might have introduced you to Jonathan. I'm not
Yes,
sure
I know who he is.
Yes, he's
so
just
nice.
Oh, my God. He's so wonderful. Tiffany, my ex, who passed in 2012, we were still good friends and wonder if he's been around to visit. What are you picking up on, Tiffany?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I get is because Jonathan, whenever you make a life-changing decision, he always shows up because he loves being in your business. Because that's his personality. He loves being in your business. Like, okay, what is it that you're going to do? What's happening? And I do feel like there's been a change of work. So I don't know if you're on like a new floor at work or a new department at work, but he keeps talking about the change of work. Like, okay, what's next? What are you going to do? And he also shows me that he has a cat with him. So I don't know if you just lost a cat that that has just recently passed, but he shows me that he has a cat with him. Okay, and I see the cat to be black and white, or it could very well be gray and white, actually. But ultimately, you need to know that he is trying to come through to you, and he's saying that you sense him all the time as well. So I do feel like, and he just shows me, oh, wow, okay, so I'm reading his comments, and he says he just lost Sydney last year. So he's acknowledging that he's with Sydney, 100%. So I do feel like he is trying to get your attention. So once you acknowledge that he is with you, I don't think you're going to be interrupted so much or maybe spooked, because he's not trying to spook you. He's just trying to let you know that he's right here.
Yeah. And one thing that I know very well about Jonathan, as much as I love and adore this man, he's very cerebral. He thinks a lot. His mind is always going 100,000 miles an hour. And what I would suggest is that you get into some quiet space and go within. It doesn't even need to be formal meditation. It just needs to be quiet space. And I think that you'll have a very strong sense of him. You have so much gobbledygook going on in your mind all the time that sometimes that can drown out incoming communication. So what you need to do is just to get in a very peaceful, quiet space where he feels that he can communicate one-on-one with you without so many distractions. Okay. Jonathan, I'll be calling you for Christmas, my darling. And I love you incredibly. I love you with all my heart. We have Anne calling in. We have Deborah from Maryland, and then we have Anne from Florida. And then we have to stop because we only have a few minutes left in the show. But Deborah, is it Deborah that we have on the line, Bill?
Yes.
Hi, Deb.
Yes.
Hi, darling. This is Andrea, and I'm here with Tiffany. What was
Hi.
your question, sweetheart?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So what are we doing? What was your question?
No, what's your question?
You guys are doing like a semi-free reading tonight?
It's not even really free readings. It's just kind of intuitive, kind of stream of consciousness more than anything, I think. We're just trying to touch base with our viewers and our readers in a meaningful way.
Is there anything that do you feel anything off of me when you're talking to me?
Well, do you have a specific question? Because we're going to answer specific questions.
I don't even know what question to ask you.
And even if you don't, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it's okay just to call in and say hi.
Exactly.
But
I was gonna say, Annie and I are gonna be doing this again.
Yes.
Another time. So
and
if
you can always reach
say hi,
Tiffany. You can always reach out to Tiffany at her website. But we're running very short on time, and I do have one more caller on the line, Deb. So why don't you reach out to Tiffany or myself on Buttercup Brigade, and we can answer specific questions to the best of our ability. Okay.
I wanted to ask something about my son.
Okay.
he recently passed, and I was just, we don't know how, and I don't know if you guys could pick up anything, if you could, like, tell me anything that may be of use for me to get down to the bottom line of what happened to him.
Okay. Well, I do feel like I do feel like it was a sudden passing. He didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye. I also feel like he wasn't in his right frame of mind at the time of his passing, but you need to know that he can think free and clearly now. Okay? He says, I'm thinking straight, I'm thinking clear. And I do feel like you are going to get those answers within time. You are going to get those answers. But right now, you're in the very beginning stages of grief, which can be really, really difficult to actually have that clear line of focus and concentration, because sometimes our emotions get so much because we feel so much in it. So I would say, just like he's saying, in a matter of time, you're going to find out all the answers to your questions. But for right now, you need to know that he has transitioned and that he is thinking free and clearly, and he's showing you so much love, and he holds on to a necklace because there's a special necklace that you have for him.
He's holding on to a special necklace?
He shows me a necklace that you have for him.
I don't have any necklace.
Okay. Well, I want you to hold on to that, because I wouldn't be surprised, even, I know the holidays are coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if you're gifted a necklace, because I know everything just happened so recently. So I do want you to hold on to that. But the important thing is just knowing that he can think free and clearly now, and that he is okay.
And did he know that we loved him?
100%.
Absolutely. I can answer that too. Yes, dear. Yes. And I would suggest that you reach out to Tiff and book a reading with Tiffany. I think that, she's already tapped into this energy, and she might be able to help you in ways that you cannot imagine. So we're going to part ways with you tonight in light and love and hope and faith, and reach out to her, because she is truly gifted, and I truly believe that she'll be able to help you gain some clarity. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Sending you love.
Sending you love, and cry your tears. You earned those tears. Grief is real. I get it. Okay. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. There but for the grace of God go I, honest to God. Well, I know I lost my sister April tragically and suddenly. I understand. Okay. We have, I believe, Deborah nope, that was Deborah. Hold on. Ann in Florida. We only have a couple of minutes, but I'd love to bring her on.
Hey, Annie, it's Erin.
Oh, hi. Oh, not Ann, Erin.
Hi.
Oh, God. You turncoats, all of you abandon me and go off to play in Las Vegas, in sunny Las Vegas. You take my producer. Poor Bill is working his fingers to the bone over on the... Are you kissing everybody on the lips for me? Are you?
No, but I'm doing a lot of hugging.
Well, that's not good enough. Get a little ass pinching going or something out there. For God's sake, it's Las Vegas.
It's a Friday night.
It's Friday night in Las Vegas. Pinch someone.
And I am in my hotel room.
Oh, well, pinch yourself then. I don't know what to tell you.
I had a question.
All right, hurry up. We only have 3 minutes.
I'll be super fast. I got told I have really massive energy shooting out of my solar plexus.
Yeah.
All right. So the solar plexus is amazing because it's that I am chakra, right? So it's like you're standing in your full capacity of like, hey, look at me, not in a cocky way, but hey, look at me. I am who I am and I am proud of it. See me, love me. So to have that energy of that solar plexus chakra, which is associated with the color yellow, by the way, that's a massive, huge energy, but you want to make sure that you align it with all the other chakras as well. So you don't want them to be out of whack. So make sure you hold that space in to have a little bit of boundaries. Don't feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody by saying, I am this, I am that, because that just naturally exudes from you anyways. And the people that question you are the ones that are insecure, which I don't think I need to tell you that. I think you pick up on that anyways.
Right.
So just keep in mind, those are the people that are projecting their own insecurities. But your solar plexus chakra is that I am power. Like, I am woman, hear me roar, check me out. I know I'm in the right place at the right time right now. I'm fully aligned. Deal with it.
So just embrace that shit, what you're telling me.
All right. Hey, Chick, call me when the show's over. We're almost done. And, I got this like pushy manager over here. Oh, my God. He said, Bill, I love you so much. All right, Aaron, call me when the show's over. All right, Chick? I want to know what Zaphis is up to. I want to know details. All right?
You got it. I appreciate you.
I love you, baby. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, Tiffany, wait till you meet Aaron. Oh, my God. I need to bottle this woman's energy. I would be wealthy beyond measure. I mean, it would be, I could sell it even faster than bottled puppy breath.
Just as quick as I gave that little oh, okay, because I just tuned into her for 1 second. It was like, boom, 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 done, easy.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She's
so connected with herself. So that's
you'll meet her.
Amazing.
You will.
Yes,
I promise you will meet her. She's the one that lives in St. Augustine that we're going to just, crash.
Yes.
On. Her husband can go get a hotel room. I don't care. It's going to be girls' weekend. It is. We're doing it. Okay, so we're out of time. I can't believe where 2 hours went, but you will be back. Uno momento. Okay. You spelled that wrong, Bill. You see, he gave me uno minueto. Oh my God. You are
uno minuto. 1 minute.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you just used up 10 seconds of it. All right.
Well, I'm just reading one of the comments, and I mentioned about the necklace, and she didn't know. And Debbie just said, thank you for talking to Deb. She's having necklaces made with some of Nicholas's ashes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
sometimes the information, when we get it, we don't always, it's almost like too quick. So I always say it's good to hold on to it. So when you guys receive a message, make sure you write it down, because chances are it is going to make sense, but we just have to write it down and hold on to it.
Yep, absolutely. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. And
You're
thank
welcome.
you to all of our viewers. And Tiffany will be back. I promise you she will, because she's like, one of my BFFs. So here's the thing. I bring the nifty chicks back on the show over and over again. And so, all of you partying out and I'm living vicariously through all of our friends in Vegas. And I love you all dearly. Thank you for joining us on A World Awakening tonight. And next week, I'll see you with Maureen Hancock. You will laugh.
I love
Maureen. It will hurt. You'll be, oh my God. So then there's that.
I'm taking pictures of us, by the way, screenshotting pictures.
Excellent. Okay. Bless you all. And, here's the thing. I want all of you to celebrate the season of light. And good night, my friends.